That was quicker than I thought, y'all. I thought I had time. I was uploading something. Sorry about that. What is going on? Happy Monday. It is the week of Easter. We are rolling right along in this month. It has been crazy busy. How are you all today? Don't forget as you jump on here, please say hello and tell me where you're watching from. I got a shower this morning. I have broken the first rule of Wake and Bake Club. Good morning, Heather. I broke first rule. I did. I broke first rule of Wake and Bake Club, which is no bras. Apparently, it's no bras for Wake and Bake, but I have to put one on today. Good morning, everybody. Tell us where you're watching from today. Tell us what you got going on today. Good morning. Oh no, Heather. Not Heather. Sarah says she's homesick, hoping the stomach bug will be gone. I've seen the stomach bug going around, and I will send you love and light. Y'all send her some healing energy out there in Green Bay, Virginia this morning. We are rolling right along with our Easter deliciousness. We have yesterday was the last day for our eggs, which I need to take those off of our order form. The Munchie of the Month box ended on the 10th, so you have to have your order in by the 10th. I will get a final count of those. I know we didn't do 50 to give one away for free, but I do need to get Ariel's out for free. So make sure you say hello this morning as you jump on here. Let me get around to some things here. A couple of things we got going on this week. Oh, I don't know what happened just now. Okay, my computer just did some weird stuff. It moved the screen all around. I was like, whoa, what's happened? What just happened? What just happened? What just happened? Good morning, Dennis. Good morning. Good morning, Amber. Good morning. Welcome. Y'all give Amber a big whoop whoop welcome. She is new to the Grateful Fed community. Amber, I know through other adventures in my life, and Amber is new to the Grateful Fed community. So give her a big Grateful Fed welcome over here this morning. Mondays are kind of right. Mondays are mindful Mondays for me. So Monday is the day that I work what I say on my business, not in my business, right? So on Mondays, we're so glad to have you here. So on Mondays, I am not usually doing any type of kitchen work. Normally, I do process raw material. So I'm running butter and oils and tinctures and all the things on Monday mornings are Mondays. But I don't actually bake or cook anything unless it's a very one-off special kind of deal, right? Normally I come in on Monday mornings. Yep, admin Mondays, right? I come in on Mondays, I pull up the request form, I invoice orders, I get a shower, I do wake and bake, I take some deep breaths. I usually try to do a Monday. Try to do a good hour long like deep meditation on Mondays. Like I try to find some like guidance for the week. I try to unpack whatever happened the prior week. I try to kind of make a plan. I also work on my retreat business on Mondays and on my Pure Romance business on Mondays. It's kind of when I wrap all that stuff up. I schedule my post out for the week and that. And then with the retreat, we do have a meeting usually on Mondays. It has been kind of wonky the last couple of weeks because it's just things have been going on. But on the agenda for today, first and foremost, I'm going to go over here right now and see if I got the email that I'm hoping for this morning. The email that I'm hoping for this morning is the one telling me that our stickers and our shirts are completely done. They were not done on Friday. I got to recover from that German chocolate cake from the weekend. That's funny. Let's see. I did not get the email I was anticipating this morning, which is really frustrating, but it's still 9 o'clock. I don't know what time they even open, maybe not even till 10. And, Heather, can I tell you that the honest truth of the matter? I had some of the icing when I was making it. Like I took a spoonful, and that's what I was like, I want to see with two sticks of cannabis butter how this tastes. And but I didn't eat a piece of cake. I did not eat cake. I did not have a piece. I had a single spoonful of the icing, and I was slap fucked up. Like I was like wasted. So the lady whose birthday it was, Melissa, who commented about how people were still feeling the effects, she said it was delicious and it was potent as always. Speaking of that, the place that I went to this weekend, I went up to Smith Mountain Lake to a birthday party for an owner of a grow supply store up in the Lynchburg area called Peaksview Hydro. They're going to be partnering with us. They're going to be traveling to Farmville once a week, partner with us for all of our grow needs. We're going to help them connect to some local people. I've got some ideas I'm going to pitch to them this week. It was a party atmosphere. It was a friendship atmosphere. I didn't want to, and that's what we're going to talk about today, right? We're going to talk today about how, we're going to talk through some transactionals, right? We're going to talk through some, like, do you ever feel that every relationship you're in since social media kind of came into the realm of being, like all of our relationships, I feel like that are, they sometimes feel, relationships can feel very transactional. And I am as guilty as the next person. Can anybody give me a hallelujah, amen, if you feel like every relationship you have is in some shape, fashion, or form transactional? Like, and I think that it comes from, and this is the honest truth, as we start opening up our eyes and as we start evolving, right? We understand that there is an exchange of energy, right? Energy for energy. And a lot of times we get caught up in that exchange of energy, and it's very frustrating, right? It's a very twisted path. It is something that I have been meditating on this past week. It is something that apparently, normally on Mondays, I roll into like $3,000 in orders. There's like a list like this I have to invoice. Today, I don't have that. So I'm not stressing. I'm not saying go order. I'm not trying to be transactional. What I'm saying is that the universe, source, God, whatever, knows, right? Knows. I used to like it that way, but the more I evolve, the more I find that I want it to be more. Yes, I do too, right? And here is where your ego and personality body can creep in and start telling you stories. Here is where the people who have decided to attach dopamine and serotonin and all the good hormones in our brain, the happy hormones. Here's how they have learned to. We're like Pavlov's dogs, right? We look for the heart. We look for the thumbs up. We look for the number of viewers. I'm trying to get better with this. The number of viewers, right? We have started to use that as a complete and utter gauge on exchange of energy. I'm like, well, if I'm going to go live on this day, then I'm going to need this many people watching. That's an exchange of energy. I'm going to do that for the exchange of energy, right? That makes every person watching a transaction. That makes every person, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, like I'm feeling very out of alignment with it, right? Now, I talk about, and I've been talking about how you hold space, how you hold your energy and hold your space despite of, right? How I can get on here and keep plugging along with one like, right? Or with one view or whatever. Because I know that what I'm doing, right? What I am doing, and I'm trying to like meditate through it and get the answers from source, and it's ever evolving, right? I'm learning, right? I talk about this. Like, I had a problem with this about a year ago. I'm like, hey, why am I doing this when nobody's showing up for it? And one person said, hey, I was there and it really mattered to me. And that's when I realized that The power of one, right? If one person hears it, there's been plenty of times when I've gone live, like before I was using StreamYard, right? And I would go live on my personal page. And I'm like, nobody is watching this. And it was a great live. And I was like, why is no one watching? And I would start getting upset. And like, I would just give them, I'm like, I'm just going to give the message. And I gave the message and I went back and I'm like, oh my gosh, the privacy on this video was set to only me. And that's when that loud voice, my higher self says, hey, it's the power of one. And the only person that needed to hear that message and believe that message and to walk that walk today was you. So I made it so, right? I made it so that the right person heard it. And that goes into, we've talked a couple of times about faith, right? It's about knowing, standing in the knowing, right? The power, right? The power of standing in the knowing, the power of having faith that the exact right person who is supposed to hear the message or receive the energy or receive the words are the exact people who are supposed to hear it every single time. I have to stand in the knowing, right? That if there's an energy exchange, I'm like, this is something weird. It feels like a throat chakra thing, and I'm trying to figure it out. I've been up since 6 a.m. trying to ask source, trying to organize, trying to make sure that the message is correct, right? And again, this morning, the message that came in is your message is your message. And I kept saying, I understand my message is my message. That's exactly right. And I hearing that, like, the message is the message. And what came through on that, right, is your message is your message, whether there are 50 people listening, 50,000 people listening, or one person listening, or no people listening. It doesn't matter. It's the message. Give the message. All you're doing, and that's what I was like, Laura, it's like, okay, I get what you're saying now. It's your message is your message. It's like your message. It's like, just do what we tell you to do. It's not about you. Take the you out of it. Take the personality out of it. Take the ego out of it. It's not about you, right? And in regards to transactional relationships, like Melanie, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna read Melanie's. I'm gonna come back to that. Okay, so she says, I feel like I have lost the way of meeting friends other ways, like birthday parties, school events, through family members and other friends. But I will tell you that I found that these people I have met in here have given me more love, life, strength, courage, and confidence than I've ever had. And Tammy, everything that you do and say and give to us through everything you do and say means more to each one than you will ever know. You being that voice for the people that need to hear your message. And I love you both so much for all of that. And it can make me, I'm going to today's going to be an emotional one. I have a feeling. But that's the thing, right? It's like the transaction for a lot of us here, right? The transactional, the exchange of energy. Sometimes those transactions are things exact. And Melanie just, it's like the universe just speaks up and yells, right? It's that love transaction. Your message is your message. Give them the words that we need you to give them. Like, say the words, it'll all be fine. And when I stammer and I stumble and I can't think of words, it's because I'm trying to find words and I'm not understanding the words that they're giving me. And I'm new in my journey. And I get frustrated because I'm someone who fancies herself. I fancy myself an orator, right? I fancy myself someone who is extroverted enough and I'm not afraid to speak in public. I don't have nerves coming live. Like, I'm like, okay, we're going to go live with my bowl, my coffee. I'm going to talk to my friends, right? And the fear that I had about the transactional relationships, right? Some of those things I have started to alleviate by kind of removing myself from certain things, just removing myself from certain things that I no longer align with, right? But the transactional relationship, it can also, it's what I got, right? When you operate from a place of the heart, you can never have too many love transactions. Stop worrying about transactional and start worrying about the type of transaction. Start thinking about where the transaction is centered from. If the transaction is coming from an ego place to get something from someone, if you're operating on that place just to be able to receive, right? You're giving to get. When you are giving to get, right, and it's not coming from the heart place, that's when it feels out of alignment, right? When it's not authentically a heart mission. Um, but when it does come from a heart transaction and the love is going out, then you need the love coming in. And sometimes the love is measured. Sometimes the love is measured by a monetary thing, right? I love you enough to pay you for your time, right? Other times it's I love you enough to show up and speak and say nice things. Other times just I'm going to send some love and light. That's energy for energy. And what I think that my balance was is that I didn't have enough of my light energy, right? I didn't have enough of my heart only energy because I was so busy in the business. And that I'm open to stay busy. And I know the universe is going to provide and all the things. Because let me tell y'all, when you manifest, be cautious. Be cautious how you manifest because this weekend, I'm telling you, y'all, I am like, it is crazy and it is crazy in here right now. I went grocery shopping. I have new medicine strains. This is a cure box. See, it says the best. This box is awesome. The best cure for your buds. So this is cure box. I got that bag. I have another curing bag with some different strains, some more Gorilla Glue, Sour OG, Wedding Cake, Hulkberry, because I'm telling y'all, like I've got this is, and then this box. When I tell y'all, when you are manifesting, um, and when you're working from the heart, right? And I started saying, I'm like, I need different different medicine. I need medicine. I've got some books up there on my shelf, the medical dispensary. I've got the backyard herbalist. And I started saying, I need to make sure that I have all of the things that I need to be able to make different recipes based on terpenes, different recipes based on needs for sleep or anxiety or all the things I need to be able to try some different strains. And it was heart energy, right? That heart exchange of energy. And this weekend, holy crap, did it fly in with abundance. I met people who are like-minded, who love growing, who are like, hey, I've got some stuff in my basement. What are you looking for? I'm like, here's what we're trying to do. And they want to work with Red on making sure his grow is perfect. And, I have been very much staying away from the plant part of it, right? The plant basis of it. And I got on a sidetrack. I'm going to come back. Y'all know I always tie it with a ribbon, tie it with a bow. But it is wake and bake. And as y'all saw when we got on here, maybe you did, maybe you didn't get on here immediately. But I did not get a chance. Like the popped up. So we're going to cut the camera off. We're going to smoke them if you got them. Drink them if you got them. If you got a caramel or a hot sauce or a Powerball energy bite. That's what today is about. That's what I do. I smoke pot and I know things. And this I know is true. When you are transactional, from the heart, when every transaction that you step into comes from the space of that heart energy, from love, right? Your abundance is immeasurable. When you take a moment, when you take the time to get tuned in to your body, to tuned into your higher self, right? When you get time to start listening and just start trusting and doing what you're asked to do, right? And that's the hard part, right? Like we talked about this last week. Does anybody remember this conversation last week about how whenever like you pray or you meditate or whatever your commune with God or source is, right? Whatever that looks like for you. Have you ever like gotten the answer from God so clear? Like so clear. It's like, Tammy, take a left, go around the church, make a right, and it's 3 doors on the left, right? I mean, I'm saying, but God is so clear in his answer. He like basically it's like the burning bush with Moses. He's like, I can't be any clearer with you. Here's how it needs to go down. And you don't like the answer. And you're like, and you try to negotiate with Jesus, with God, right? You were like, hang on. I know that you said make a left. But you want to put you into it, right? You want to put that ego into it, that personality body into it. That's where the transactions go crazy. That's where you lose the heart energy, right? When you stop listening, right? It feels different. When it's about the exchange of energy from the heart instead of monetary gain, it means so much more. Yes. And I never try to act like I don't pay my bills doing what I do, because the businesses that I own I don't have any job outside of the home. And because I put so much energy into my home-based businesses, they do. And that's Heather, exactly what happens with me, right? It's like I know that I do it from love, but there's a part of me that starts feeling very exhausted, right? It's a part of me that starts feeling very like, because like when you walk in and you go from like 12 orders to 2 on a Monday, it's a by the end of the day it'll be 15, right? Trusting and knowing. But you start feeling like you're operating from a place that is not as highly vibrating, right? Heart energy vibrates very high. Money vibrates very low. I think money vibrates low, because it's kind of like the root of all evil, kind of, the thing, right? I think alcohol vibrates pretty low. Like I don't care for, like, I have certain things that I can feel the vibration of. Now, that is the way that it vibrates to me, right? And I think the reason that money vibrates low is because, and it's not like it doesn't have a powerful vibration. It's just that vibration that makes you have anxiety, right? When you don't have enough of it, you have anxiety. When you owe it, you have stress. Like all of the things, all of those things that kind of go with money, like freak me out. Money and love, right? Because when you love somebody, it makes you do stupid things. And people love money. People literally put so much stock on money. And here's the thing, money does make the world go round. There are things that you need money for. But again, when you stress it, like I don't chase money. I can get money. Money flows to me easily, right? What you chase is going to run from you, right? So that's another thing, changing the relationship with everything in your life because of your evolution from your energy. But the transactional relationships, again, is going to go back to this, right? Right here. This is kind of sums it up in a very succinct and amazing way. And I appreciate so much because we talk about the Grateful Fed community. This is our group. This is not my group. I go live. I can invite some people right now. Like, who wants to come on to the live with me? I'd let you come on and do what you wanted to do, right? But good morning. Hi, love. Hi, love. But again, right? You can be transactional, but make that a love transaction, right? Try to be more love transactional, like where we feel so beat up by the transactional relationships, right? And like when I went this weekend, and Melanie, I'm gonna go back to what you were saying too about how to meet people and our other thing, right? But when you're meeting people for the first time, like this weekend, it's like, are you going to bring edibles? Are you going to, because he said bring some stuff, people will want stuff, all that stuff. I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm going to take the cake as a birthday gift. I brought some other stuff that, we figured out the money for and things like that. But that was just, we already had that in advance. I knew them. But we were going to meet a bunch of new people. And this is where the transactional and the stressing and the meeting people and all that stuff come from. when I'm meeting new people, I'm like, yes, I am going with a box of cake that's an elevated edible. I'm going to go meet a bunch of people in the ganjapreneurs, right? Cannabis entrepreneurs, all the things. So, but I am not going to come and the first time that I meet them, walk in and become their edible girl. Like they're the lady that they buy edibles from. I was like, I don't need to like have it there. So like I'm the one here with it. Do y'all want, I'm like, I want to go meet these people and let them know who I am. If they are aligned to me and they choose to then seek out, like friend me on Facebook and find out and ask me about what I do, then that's fine. Right? That's 100% wonderful, great. But if they just want to be my friend and they don't want anything, maybe they have their own whatever. But if they want to know me, then that's okay too. But I don't want them to like avoid me at this party, thinking that I'm there to sell things, right? Does that make sense to anybody? Can get some thumbs up, some hearts, some O faces, some hell yeah, that makes sense. Does that sound okay? Does that make sense to y'all? Because it goes back to what Melanie was saying up here, right? I feel like I've lost the way of meeting friends, like birthday parties, school events, right? Because that's it, right? Especially with everybody having a little side hustle nowadays. Like you can't even talk about anything without somebody saying, well, here's my catalog or here's this. And that's where I'm out of alignment. And I was like, I want to go. And I have, so for so many years, I've been in sales or I've been in a business that I'm like, I don't want to do that. I just want to go and enjoy a birthday party. I want to go smoke a bowl and sit out back and BS and maybe maybe have a beer. I didn't. I had Diet Dr. Pepper and smoked a shit ton of weed. I mean, a lot of weed. Like it was a lot of weed. Like, which I just showed y'all, like, there was like, so let me just tell y'all, you'll laugh, right? Because y'all know me, I'm ridiculous. So y'all want to have a few laughs this morning? Hit like pound on the laughing face if you want to like laugh your face off. While y'all are doing that, I'm gonna cut the camera off one more time because I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story, and I like to be a little sturdy to tell you that story. Okay, so so on the way there, number one, couple of parts of the story. So I wanted to go and I wanted to just be Tammy. I didn't want to be the hometown hippie. There was a guy that came in. It was so funny. He works at the Peaks View Hydro. His name is Jared. And he's always at the store when I'm there. And I walked, I was like, hi. I was like, I have been at the store a million times. And I was like, I've not ever caught your name. I've been in and out doing work, that kind of thing. I was like, but I have not caught your name. I was like, I'm Tammy. Just to formally introduce myself. Hi, I'm Tammy. He says, hi, I'm Jared. He says, I know you. He said, you're the hometown hippie. I was like, no. I was like, it's Saturday. I'm Tammy. I was like, I don't work on weekends. I'm Tammy. He was like, okay, Tammy. He's like, but you're the hometown hippie. I was like, I love that. I appreciate that. But I'm Tammy. I didn't want to introduce myself as the hometown hippie because that just, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I felt some kind of way about it, right? I wanted to go in and I wanted people to like me for me. So, number one, on the way there, because I told y'all I had made the German chocolate cake. I couldn't take that icing without knowing what it tasted like. I've made chocolate cannabis cake before. I knew that was going to be perfectly fine. I've made German chocolate cake with dosing the icing, but I never dosed it like this. Like I never full on like just it's all the whole thing. The cocoa, the pecans, everything's toasted. It's like super strong. So I wanted to try it. So we get about halfway, which I thought Smith Mountain Lake was an hour. It's 2 hours. It's a 2-hour drive in the mountains, beautiful views. But we're getting there, and we're going down this curvy mountain road, and I'm sitting there, and Red's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I was like, could you slow down?" He's like, "I am not going fast." I'm like, "I feel like we are on Mario Kart, and we are fresh out of bananas and turtle shells." I'm like, "I feel like we're going warp speed." Can you please, for me, on these curvy mountain roads, slow down? He was just laughing at me because I'm still like, he's like, your brakes are not going to work. He was not going fast. I felt like we were doing this and like it was crazy. So I'm already like, that edible hits me about halfway there, right? So by the time we get there, I am pretty freaking stoned. Like, I'm like, it's kind of like, hey, y'all. Hey y'all, right? I'm like, oh, looking like this. Hi, I'm Tammy. Here's your cake. Here's some this. Here's some that. And they're like, come on out back. Kendall's out back on the back porch. He's got his backpack. And He's got a backpack, y'all. So, just this is a visual. His backpack was not pink and it did not have Pure Romance on it, right? But his backpack, he's like, hey, he's like, so now I got everything you need. What do you want? I'm like, I'm pretty good right now, but what you got? You know, you can't. It's like I didn't take an alcoholic beverage. I'm like, no, I don't drink. I'll grab. I brought my cup. You know, I have water, whatever. Um, but I'm like, I don't want to be rude and not like have something like, oh, there's food. I'm like, I'm not hungry. You know, you walk in, you don't want to be that person. Like, I'm not thinking I'm too good, right? I don't think I'm too good to hang out with y'all. But you know, there is a level of like, I just need a minute, right? So I go out back and like, he's out back. Bubba's like, what do you need? He has his backpack and he sets it up and he just starts pulling stuff out of it, just like pulling stuff out of it. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, dude, I was like, that's like the I was like, you make Dora the Explorer look like an asshole. Her backpack ain't got nothing on yours. I was like, backpack. It just kept coming out. 28%, 26%, 20%. Try this, try that. Isn't this beautiful? I mean, it was like, and let me explain something to y'all. Like, I don't get excited about a lot. Like, I mean, I do. You know, I do. Get excited about everything. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, my beautiful ladies. But y'all, I was like, I could die here. Like, I could sit here. And he's like, and he packed the bowl, right? And he's like, here you go. And I hit the bowl. Well, Red hit it. He hit it to Red. Red hit it to me. And no, he handed it back to him. And he was like, no, that's yours. Red was like, you know, he'll hit a bowl and like keep going about his life and hit it again and then keep going about his life or whatever. But like, he's like, so he handed it to me. And I'm like, don't challenge me. Like, I felt like I was 18 again at Radford, and they're like, you can't do a keg stand. And I'm like, oh, hold my beer, right? So, and I always joke because Red's like, I have never seen anybody. He tells me all the time, and people that come hang out with me say, I have never smoked with anybody who can smoke like you can. Like, you just can you smoke so much weed. Like, I don't understand it, right? And it's just always been my thing. And I know that I can get I know that I get ridiculous. Like, that's just like an alcoholic drinking too much alcohol. Yes, he has. Yeah, it's so funny, that Magic has Dora backpack. I need a link to that, Heather. Can you please send me a link to the Stoner backpack or post it here in the groups? We can all get one. Because I had a paper plate and a blunt wraps. Zinni's like, here, roll a blunt, whatever you need. Like, he's like, try this, try this, try this, try that, try this. It's just like, it's so funny. Let me tell you. Melanie Faircloth just said, just keep smoking, just keep swimming. I love that. We need a shirt. Is Dennis Casey on here this morning? Anybody who wants a t-shirt, talk to Dennis and just keep smoking instead of like with Dory, like just keep swimming. How funny would that be? Okay, so he's pulling out all this stuff, and I'm like, Red's like leans down because he knows me, right? Red knows me. He's like, pace yourself. He's like, you don't know these people. He's like, don't act ass. Now, for those of you that know us, when we go out to parties, 99, I got 99 problems, but being too stoned is usually not one of them. Because we go out to parties, it's usually a social thing. There's a lot of drinking, right? It's a lot of drinking. And Red he's kind of an introvert, so he has a couple of drinks. So normally he'll go out, he'll drive us there. I drive us home, right? That's just how we operate. That's the fair change. I don't drink. I've never enjoyed drinking. So to be the DD has never been a big deal for me. Never, never, never. I will buy one from you. I will trade you edibles for one of those. I need a Dora backpack. So he just had a regular old backpack, just like stuff pulling out of it. I was like, how did you fit that much in there? So anyway, Red's like, and I'm thinking to myself, he's like, he's like, I'm driving home. He took like 2 bowl packs, smoked bowl twice. He had 1 beer. And he like let me be me. Like, he was like, do you? It was like going to like keg party for weed, like a weed keg party. It was like weed everywhere. And I was like, ah! So Needless to say, I did not embarrass myself, but he's like, so he hands you the stuff, right? He's like, roll a blunt, whatever you want. And now I have not rolled a blunt in probably, I couldn't tell you how long. Like I haven't even smoked a blunt in at least a year. I've had, and that's y'all see, Source knows what it's doing. Cause I was like, why has my throat been hurting me for 2 days now? Like it feels weird, like all the things. Dime bags, and I think Raw carries rolling tray backpacks. Okay. I love, like I told Red this week, I was like, no, I don't like the taste, like the tobacco flavor of the blunt, but I had not rolled a blunt in forever, and he had a blunt, just had blunt wraps. So number one, I was like, I get blunt wraps, that's fine, whatever. He had a rolling tray, like a rolling machine. You put the wrap in, you put the weed, you just roll them together. It's like a raw rolling thing or a blunt rolling thing. And I'm like, um, I am 1974 born. I'm like, put that little thing away. I'm like, that is newfangled equipment. Let me show you. It's out, right? Get your fingers ready. You get it out, you bend it, you put it in there, then you just roll it up. And I can do that. I can roll. Like I can roll. I've always been able to. I've always been the girl that I'm like, I'm not having a guy, like I can buy my weed, I can grind my weed, I can roll my weed. I know how to do all of it. Like I don't need anybody to like be involved in that process. I'm like, I'm gonna do this, right? It's like owning a tractor, not knowing how to like start it, right? So, but we got there. I like, rolled the blunt up. I'm like, that's pretty good. It's pretty nice. And smoked a blunt, smoked a couple bowls. Like I was I was pretty high. But then he gives me this box of just boxes and bags and bags and bags of medicine for y'all. Um, but I really, exactly what Heather said, right? What Heather said up here was um, the balance. You knew you needed that balance. You can't be on all the time. Hometown Hippie is great, but it does not define who I am, right? And when you're a brand, because that's my brand, that's everything about Hometown Hippie. Um, me looking at my backpack this morning, time to trade. We've got them. I'm gonna make a meme today with a backpack, right? And like all of us, like thinking Dora thinks she's got a backpack. She'll live on my backpack, like backpack, and like all the way home. I kept talking about that. I was like, shut the fuck up about that backpack. Like, could you imagine? Just like, could you imagine if you were like in New York City, right? And you were like one of them kids that like snatch backpacks. And you see these old white people standing on the platform with their backpack looking like they're going like going to see the Statue of Liberty, and you think you're gonna get cameras or whatever, and you just don't have a clue what's in that backpack. And you get to like the train, you're like, oh, like I should have been their friends. I don't know I robbed them. 20 years ago, I couldn't roll. My husband left me home by myself with papers and 1 ounce of weed and said, you will learn. You're gonna learn today. Tammy, I will send you pictures of mountain stone bag, of my stone bag, of my stone bag. But it was a fun party, right? I had a really good time. I've met some amazing people. Now, I will tell you all this. I am shit with names. And the reason I know all of your names is because it's right beside your picture on Facebook. I smoke a lot of weed. I'm not good with names. And Red's like, what was that lady's name? I'm like, Kate. I was like, Barbara? He's like, no, I think it was this. I'm like, yep, you're right. Now that you say it, I was giving people all kinds of different names, but I got it straight now. They're friends. A lot of them are here in the Grateful Fed community. Hopefully, they will start showing up, being a lot around for lives. Hopefully, I did not say anything that was too offensive. You're live. You're fine. We had a good time. We had a really good time. We couldn't stay a whole long time because it was a 2-hour drive, but we stayed 2 hours. Yeah, I'm so bad with names. We stayed for a couple hours. I got good and high. Red drove me home. It was a nice day together, right? It was a nice day together, and again, like Heather was saying, like you are not Hometown Hippie. It's you and Hometown Hippie, and I think there's a duality of that, right? Because Hometown Hippie is the first thing that I have ever created. From It's the first business, right? It's the first thing I feel like I have ever created that is all 100% me. Like everything about this is Tammy. There's no corporate headquarters telling me like, here's what you should do. Here's our marketing plan. Like all the ideas. Sorry, y'all. My I washed my hair and I knew it was gonna dry, so I was like, I'll just pull it back today. And this thing is sliding out of my head and getting on my nerves. So we're gonna have a little funky hair. I'll grab my glasses. They'll be easier for right now. They'll be easier for right now. Anybody else have your glasses, headbands, whether it be sunglasses or your actual reading glasses that I just leave up there that I go, and they're so dirty right now. These are definitely going to be headband glasses, so I get them done today. So it is, whenever you create a brand that is you, it is very hard for you to find that separation, right? Very hard for you to stop being transactional in that business way, right? And I think with Hometown Hippie, the thing that that is so important, right, is that Hometown Hippie is a heart mission. Hometown Hippie does operate from the heart. And so I think that sometimes I'm like, well, Hometown Hippie is all, because I try to like channel into my brand all of the things that I love about me, like all of the qualities, all of the things, because Hometown Hippie is to be the legacy, right? Is to be the legacy that I leave behind. So I have channeled in, right, all of the best parts of me. So sometimes I feel like if I'm not being the Hometown Hippie, then I'm being like, that's I'm not a good person. Then, but like Heather said, right, it's because of me, right? And Tammy is the Hometown Hippie. So there's the Hometown Hippie business, Elevated Edibles, which I separate from the Elevated Edibles part, which is the monetary transaction. Yes, Heather, 100%. And then there's Tammy, who is also the Hometown Hippie. That all of those good things are still a part of me. Just because my business represents those things, don't mean that I don't represent those things as well. And it's interesting. It's the best of both worlds, girl. It is. I love snacks too. That's why I'm like, it is all the best parts of me is this business, right? And, I tried to make sure that I left out all of the bad parts. So I guess that I get it twisted, right? It's that faith, it's that knowing, it's that standing in the power of knowing, right? And when you stand in the power of knowing, what I realize, this is the whole like how we tie the bow together. And Heather is always nice to like, I feel like Source is like, okay, Heather, reel her in. And it gives you a message. You type it. I'm like, yep, you're right. Let's talk about it, right? And I love that so much. Because I sometimes lose track of, because when you are going through your spiritual awakening, through your spiritual journey, when you're meeting new people, all of the things, I can look at Hometown Hippie and feel like I can give that so much unconditional love, because there's a part of me that separates that from Tammy, right? The t-shirt is not the t-shirt without me, but it's still, I can see that as something else. I can separate myself and take the personality body out of that and love Hometown Hippie from a pure heart space. I can see the business because, let me explain why. Y'all are Hometown Hippie. Every one of you, the Grateful Fed is the heartbeat, is the pulse, is the reason I do this, right? The reason Tammy shows up for Hometown Hippie is because the Hometown Hippie Grateful Fed community, because of the people that I serve, the people that I love. And because I love all of you so much, I love Hometown Hippie. And then in turn, I love myself, right? And that's the tangled web we weave. But in shadow work, I have to learn to love me without that. Like I'm valued with love without my service to others. I should love myself for who I am. Saturday was an experiment for me. It was an opportunity for me to say, I'm going to separate myself. This is what I do, not who I am, right? You are a community, not just the business. We love you too. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all so much that I can't help but not love the Hometown Hippie Elevated Edibles group, because it's the Grateful Fed community. It is the community of people. And there's something about the alignment of the stars, right? The alignment of the stars. I'm like, people lift each other up. that we send out heart energy. Speaking of heart energy, I'm going to need a lot of it today. My friend who got injured at work, what he happened was he was lifting something up that was a 2-man lift. He did it on by himself, trying to get things done. He tore the distal bicep disconnected and needs a surgical reconnection. So his bicep muscle is basically like snapped and like it's all messed up. Red called him yesterday and said, "Hey, I just wanted you to know, I'm y'all don't even know, like the amount of growth that has happened in my relationship. I'm gonna get really emotional now. In my relationship with my husband and his relationship with himself, more importantly, has been this year the amount of like when you see somebody like starting to like all of the woo-woo that I've planted, all of the heart energy that I send to him, right? All of the stirring of intentions in. And he's kind of an old hardhead for years and years and years. I don't want to hear that nonsense, blah, blah, blah. Not operating from a place of self-love, right? And when you don't operate from that place, sometimes you don't operate as highly vibrating as you should. And it was a source of contention for a little while. This last several months, it was a hard period in January. He and I had a really, 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 really like come to Jesus kind of like 2-week, like wasn't nice in my house. And the amount of growth, my husband all on his own said, "Hey, he's like, we're a community." That's what he said. He's like, "And you all are part of our community and we love you." And my husband's not this like he's not like that sappy kind of like call somebody. He'd say, "Tell him whatever he needs." Is what he tell me. Because he's always been like very giving person. He wouldn't be with me if he wasn't, right? But he said, "I have to work a full-time job." He says, "I don't want to get paid. I know you have a construction company. I've got every tool known to man. I don't want you to worry about anything other than getting better. So if you have anything that you need, you let me know. Even if it's just coming to drive you around so you can go look at your job site or you can go, get out of the house for a minute or whatever. I'll take you on the boat. We can just ride around the boat." And we are holding the faith. He's going to be okay. He's my age. We're the exact same age. He just had a birthday this weekend. It was a terrible birthday for him. And that's why this week, operate from the heart space. And I think that's what gets me in my head, right? I'm doing Easter plates and $5 of each plate, because that's my profit on this. I'm not charging too much on it. But the elevated Easter dinner plates are a choice of either blazed or either ham or chicken, both dosed. And then you're going to get 2 sides. You can pick mac and cheese and carrots or green beans and carrots or mac and cheese and green beans, just 2 sides and a biscuit and your choice of dessert, right? You can get your choice of dessert, which is coconut pie, Sid's special pound cake, or German chocolate cake, a piece of that. And it's going to be $33.33, right? $33.33 to be able to do that. And my profit off of that, to keep it affordable for y'all, is $5 a plate. And I'm giving $5 a plate to do a blessing for this family. And so if you are local and you would like to participate in that, please let me know. But that's why that is so important to me. Like, that is why I'm doing that. It's like, like I said, it's a what's what I'm looking for? Vanity for me, because again, savory is where my heart lies. That's where I'm the best, in my opinion. Like, sweet treats are great. I love them. I do a great job with them. I'm very creative, all the things. Not saying I'm not tooting my horn, because it's good. But if you think you like this, you ain't gonna believe what my chicken tastes like, kind of thing, right? So that's why it's important to do that. Girl, I wish you were local too. I wish there was a way for me to like overnight plates, but there's no way that would travel very well. I wish there was like a HelloFresh kind of way to get things to people, but I don't know what the shipping costs and all of that. And I'm sure because they do so much bulk of it, they can afford it. But any profit I would make to give the family. But we are doing elevated Easter plates. We are also doing, we have the Easter baskets, which I have not put those together. I'm going to show y'all what I got. And I've just been so crazy busy. The elevated Easter baskets that were going to come in this. And so I'm working on some things today in my business, right? In my business. And there might be something dropping this evening. So stay tuned for that because I have a feeling there's going to be some elevated Easter eggs. So Red and I talked about it. What I'm thinking about doing is that I have a ton. I have a couple of buckets like this of prize eggs because we didn't sell all of the eggs that were listed for the for the munchie boxes, right? I didn't do 50 boxes, so I've got some of those left. So we might do some elevated Easter eggs in those so that people can like get prize eggs. And I'm guessing that's my husband who came home to get his phone that he left. It's on the dresser. But so that is what we might be doing for Easter for that. And that might also go to some profits going to that family for people who are not local that want to support, because I know so many of you do. I will let you know that German chocolate cakes that we have are available on the menu this week, and they are shippable as well. I've got a way to ship everything. They're individual mini German chocolate cakes that are on the menu this week. So if you want German chocolate cake, know that they are available. You can get those individual. And there's some other stuff on the menu this week. So that's there. But the elevated Easter plates are something that I'm very excited to start bringing out. And again, that is going to be your choice of protein, either ham or chicken. That is going to be, hang on one second, y'all. Okay, so he's got his phone. He's heading out to Cartersville. It's going to be a nice day today. But so you're going to get, like I said, your choice of protein and then 2 sides and a biscuit and your choice of dessert for $33.33. And everything in the meal is going to be medicated. So you're going to get 5 courses of 5 different dishes for $33.33. Now, I'm going to promise a couple of things. You are going to be blazed and glazed when you get done eating, okay? You're going to be blazed and glazed when you get done eating. However, right? You it will be responsibly dosed, and you will not sleep until Easter Sunday. I promise you'll be able to go to Easter egg hunts on Saturday. You'll be in a good mood. There'll be no issues, none of those things. And it's going to support an amazing family who just, I want to do an Easter blessing. Now, speaking of Easter blessings, I'm going to tell y'all something else that I did. So my grandson is 10 years old, and he lives with his mom. My son and his mother are no longer together. So he has a little brother whose name's Atlas. So Joshua and Atlas, Atlas is like 3-4 years old. I think he's like 3 or 4 years old. Maybe even 5 now. I don't know. I don't keep up with the second kid. I never even seen the kid in real life, but I know he's got a little brother. And Easter morning when they wake up, I got 60 eggs. I'm egging their house. So there's a local fire department, and for a fee, when you wake up on Easter morning, your entire yard is covered in Easter eggs based on how many you buy. It could be 10, 20, or 20, 30, 20, 60, 100, something like that. It goes up, right? So I procured 60 Easter eggs to be Easter egging my grandson's house. I think he is going to be super excited about that, and he will be like, "It was eggs everywhere." So he will. The Easter Bunny came. I feel like he's on that verge of like 10 years old, and 10 years old used to be very innocent and young back in my day, but nowadays with the internet, and he's got an iPhone, a tablet, Xbox, a PlayStation, you name it. He's so rotten. He is so rotten. But I mean, he may already know, right? But he pretends for us. But I know by next year he'll be hitting into like 5th, 6th grade. There's no like magic of the Easter Bunny or magic of Santa Claus anymore. Kind of after that, we kind of lose that magic. So I wanted to do it one last time, something that would make him just get excited, right? Just make him get excited and smile. So as we go into this week, it is Monday. It is Wake and Bake. It is 9:57 a.m. on 4/11/22. Today, I'm going to continue my mindfulness, right? I'm going to make sure that when I operate in transactional, it's going to be heart energy transactions as much as possible. I am going to remember, right, that there's balance in life. There's balance in every one of your lives. I want each and every one of you to know that you are more than what you do, and you are more than what you do for other people, what you do for your job, what you do. And that's the big lesson here, right? That was the big lesson of today was, isn't it fun? And they'll do it. It's so fun. So what I want you to do today is I want you to take some stock in it, right? I want you to look and see, like, are the relationships that you are building relationships that are based on who you are and not what you do? Because I'm going to tell y'all, I love this community of people because I know without a single solitary doubt that every single one of you love me for who I am. Everyone watching right this minute especially, but most of the people here love me for who I am, right? That this is a community of people, and you comment and you send heart energy and you support one another. And I don't feel like, and I feel like the love you give for the people who is nothing more than heart energy, like, I see the true nature of this group, and that is what's so that's the thing that was the biggest blessing in my life. And like I told Red, we were talking about the legacy of Hometown Hippie, and like I didn't have children. This is why it's so important to me. We kind of gone through that story, and y'all heard it. It is really truly not about the logo, right? It's not about Hometown Hippie is more than that bird, right? Hometown Hippie is more than that. Hometown Hippie is the grateful, fed community. My legacy is not that. My legacy is this group. My legacy is this community. The things that we are growing here in this group, right? Speaking of growing things, don't forget April Showers boxes. If you've gotten yours, I would love to see your picture of your April Showers box. We have these came out to everybody. The Be the Change wildflower mixes. That the April showers bring May flowers, right? Go plant something and make the world beautiful. I want to see you planting your flowers. I'm going to post that today, like plant your May flowers, since everybody's boxes are out. Get a couple that were ordered last night. They got them on 410. They get them in. I got to go invoice them and get their boxes out. But I'm going to show y'all a way to plant these. I'm going to show you a way to get these in the ground to where they will actually take root. There's a whole way to plant these that I've got a video. I might make a video on it. So I'm going to give y'all a hint if you're watching. So you're going to take these, okay? You're going to get a bowl. You're going to put some sand in the bowl. There's a little bit of sand. You can get it anywhere. Like, it's just some sand. You're going to put your packages of your wildflower mixes. Like, I have a bunch of these left. So I have a large area that I have outside that I think I'm going to try to like make it a wildflower patch for this specifically. You're going to mix it in the sand. You're going to put a little water in the bowl and mix it up where it looks kind of like, wet sand. And then you're going to go out and you're going to put that in your area that you just spread it out, sprinkle it out. The sand is going to help these little bitty seeds from blowing away, and it's going to help root them. Then you just water it down once you get it where you want it, and then wait for the pollinators. These are going to be good for pollinator gardens, and right now pollen is high. You're going to have butterflies and birds and bees all over this, specifically for honeybees. So get this planted where you want to get it planted. Let's see those April showers bringing May flowers. There's some bees are so important to the environment, and they're being like wiped out. People think they're, it's important that we do this work. This is the legacy. That's okay, Lisa. We're wrapping up, but you can go back and watch a replay. But I get like going. I call it the Southern goodbye, so we might be another 30 minutes. Who knows? But these are the thing. This is the kind of thing, right? The Peace, Love, and Feast Fest. That is the legacy. I'm going to be a little behind because I don't get home till May 1st. I'm going to have Hometown Feast section of my gardens to share with you. Yay! I'm so excited. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. That's okay. As long as you, I just think that these kind of things are what's important, right? This is what matters. And in the grand scheme of things, having the faith, standing in the power of knowing that we are doing the important work. This is a marathon, not a sprint, right? That there's going to be hills and valleys, that I have to stay in flow, whole space despite of. And that's what we are working on, as a collective here in the group. That's what I'm working on as an individual. That is what, the legacy is, right? The legacy, even if the legacy is nothing more than, the message. The message is the message, like Source said today. Stop holding, stop stressing over it, and just go give the message. The seeds, plant the seeds, right? Plant the seeds. And I think that that was, that's the idea, right? The idea is that, plant the seeds. All we do is we plant the seeds, right? Do we take credit for the tomatoes that grow from the ground? How do we take credit? We're like, oh, look at my tomatoes. Look at those tomatoes. Like, that is Source. That is God that did that, right? Through me putting in the ground. All we are, I call it, I'm a humble servant. I'm a humble farmer, right? Planting the seeds of love, planting the seeds of hope, planting the seeds of pollinators. But go out today, right? And be that humble servant, be that humble farmer. Go out and lead by example, right? Go out and, lead and grow and spread that heart energy, right? Go out and spread that heart, those heart seeds. Go out and do things from that heart space today. Um, I am I'm excited today for a couple of things. Number one, I have my little session today to like massage my energy. I have my Reiki section. I also paid my deposit for, Reiki 1. Reiki 1 starts in June with my, with healing, Dragonfly Alchemy School, where I take my classes. I know that everybody has different places they take it. Tanya teaches, tarot. If anybody wants tarot classes, Tanya, if you would like to post your link for your next tarot class in here, you're welcome to. Um, Anyone who has any kind of like stuff like that, please contact me. If we align, I will be glad to like share you with the Grateful Fed community. We are a community, so I want to make sure people are finding the resources they need. If you don't, if you need help, get it somewhere. I don't care where you get it, but make sure you get it right. I'm taking Reiki 1 with Carly. I have been really looking forward to that. I kind of was like, hey, I really want to learn and do and all the things. But today I get to like lay in my chair, right? And I get to get an hour-long session done on me. It's like an energy massage, and I'm sure a bunch of stuff's going to come out today, and it's going to be a whole like miserable like moment, but it's going to be what I need. Um, I get to, hopefully, I'm going to call and make an appointment for Chesapeake to get some grooming done. She's doing much better on her leg, so we're putting good energy to that. I got to figure out something for dinner. Um, lots of good things happening today. Be on the lookout. There might be some stuff coming in later on today, some new seeds being planted about some stuff. I got some ideas that are coming in. I got to get them down in a second. Like sources, like it's all I needed, y'all. All I needed. The message is the message. Sometimes when I have a block, I come talk to y'all and they're like, hey, Tammy, Heather's going to share the backpacks with us. So make sure you're looking for your backpacks. But go out today, plant the seeds of love. Um, Here's the thing, even if that seed of love, like I tell you all the time, sometimes you need to water yourself. Sometimes you need to get some sunshine. You are planted. You are herded. The seeds have been planted within inside you. Make sure you're watering yourself. Make sure you are feeding yourself. Make sure that you are giving yourself sunlight. Because just like these little pollinator packs and these seeds of love and these heart energy seeds of love that you're planting, you also have been planted. So make sure you grow where you're planted. Know that you are more than what you do. Like if you're a rose, right? You are more than just the fragrance you put off, right? You embody so many intricate little details. Just like a flower, we're all unique. We are all amazing. And I love each and every one of you. I appreciate you all for being here. I appreciate you all for letting me be my sounding board to help me work through so much of my craziness here through the Grateful Fed community. If you have not clicked going, please click glowing. Please click glowing. Please put back. please put it on your calendar. Please click going to our first 420 on 420 Zoom. We are going to do a 420 Zoom on 420. We're going to do we're going to start with a little smoke sesh. So smoke them if you got them. It's going to be 420 on 420. It's my favorite holiday, right? It's what I do. I smoke pot. I know things. We're going to start with a little meditation. I'm going to put some stuff out. We're going to do like affirmations. We're going to do some earth affirmations, some like the planet we're living on. I'm going to work that and channel it through. And we're going to have some laughs. We're going to tell some stories. We're going to smoke. We're going to have a little fun. I am going to offer some 420 boxes you can buy. Yes, I'm going to offer some 420 Zoom boxes that you can have because a lot of people do not smoke. A lot of people just eat edibles. So I want to make sure you have your little stockpile. If you need anything, let me know. I think I'll put some 420 boxes together. I might have a 420 treat, like a 420, like a specific, like we all like eat a cookie for $4, like a 420 cookie. That's what I'm going to have, like a pothead cookie. It's going to be like the most epic cookie, like a big cookie. It's going to be $4.20, and that is definitely happening. Let me write the 420 cookie down. And if you are registered to go, I would love to hear. We're gonna vote on the 420 holiday cookie. We're gonna make it a 420 cookie. It's gonna be $4.20, and it's gonna be an epic big cookie. Okay, that's the plan. So I'm gonna need do all the things. I do all the things too. So I'm gonna come up with that, and we're gonna come up with the perfect cookie. And we're like have everybody put an ingredient, like kind of like remember the stone soup, where you start with the stone. I'm gonna have the cookie base, and then I'm gonna allow everybody to tell me one thing that they want in the cookie. And I'm gonna make this big like trash can cookie, like peanuts and whatever. It's gonna have all the things in it. So I'm gonna do some fun, like crazy cookie, like a cowboy cookie kind of thing, and have like a whole thing in it. I need to get that done this week to make sure y'all have that by next week, because it's 420 is next week. Holy shit. Ooh, we got to get that steaks for dinner. Yes. Let me message my husband back and say yes, 100%. I'm excited about that. We're having steaks for dinner. I'm so excited. So 420 is a week from Wednesday. So we will have that dropped. I'll get all those cookies out. If you want to get a 420 cookie, I will probably do a thing about that today before end of business. It'll definitely be up by tomorrow on the order form, all the things. So you'll be good to go. On that note, it has been 1 hour and 7 minutes. That is never my intentions. It's 10:10 exactly. It's time to go. I love each and every one of you. Don't forget, peace, love, feast. What's that? Feast. Stay elevated, y'all. I love you so much. Hopefully t-shirts and stickers today. Talk to y'all soon. See y'all on Wednesday. Mwah.